My name is Timmy Dwyer. I live in Great Holycross, Thurles, Tipperary. We milk 120 cows. We have about 123 acres of land, plus about 35, 40 for we've rented. I have a man that comes in and milks for me on a Sunday evening. I take off most Sunday evenings, and then I have a girl that comes to me in the springtime. She helps me do the work for a couple of hours in the spring, and then that's about it. And then I run it on my own after that. We put in an automatic calf feeder back in the last year. It saved me an hour, morning and even. So at least in the evens I could start milking early an hour earlier, and you'll be finished up earlier in the even. You know what I mean? In the springtime you'll be busy anyway, but that was the only thing I noticed with the calf feeder. You were finished up that little bit earlier, you know what I mean? And your calves were easier to manage. And we also put in a drafting system for drafting the cows in the springtime for AI and wherever else you have. If they were lame, you can divert them out. You have no going out to the big herd of cows trying to pick out cows. Worked very well. Previous we had just an automatic system, but we're putting in feed to yield and all that, so that should improve on the cows, we'll say, and you look after the individual cow better. That we know every cow in what she's milking, and you look after her better, the better cows, and you can always feed them a little bit extra. I joined up to Herdwatch about 5 years ago. I heard it on the radio one morning, and I just went on from there, and I just kind of clicked in and used to use it for animal movements or your remedies and things like that. It works very well. The same way to register your calves. It's so easy, just ABC it, like, you know what I mean? You don't feel intimidated working it either, like, because it's just nice and easy to run. It's friendly. It's user friendly. You just go out and you tag your calf, and you can just put in your numbers, and then you come in, and I just go in and sit down and just register all my calves in as I go along, and you have no messing up with breeds or, you know what I mean, male or female. Everything comes back proper on the card. For scan dates now, I thought it's very good with ICBF. It's linked in well with ICBF, so it gives us great help that way. And then we'd say we're animal remedies for board B and all that. Everything is recorded perfectly for them, so they can have no really qualms about it. The board B especially, you know what I mean, because you have to do them every 2 years now, especially with the dairy thing, and never get your dairy set. So, you know what I mean, it works well, and you have everything is recorded. You know what I mean? But you have to make sure and do it the day when you're doing it, because it's so hard to go back in and try and record stuff later. So it's on your phone. It's easy enough to follow it along then once you have it in your hand. You know what I mean? You have everything recorded, so at least if he comes in, he can show it to him. And if you want some lad, you have to print it off, and you can print it off there, and it's all there in front of him. You know what I mean? Everything is covered, because you're there. You're automatically doing it when you're doing it. If you vaccinate cattle or inject a cow or dose a cow, well, you bring out your phone, you do it there and then, and it's recorded. Whereas normally before, you just walk off and you say, "Oh, geez, I'm going to do that tomorrow," but you forget it. It's easy enough used. It's very simple. Go along and watch it, because it'll prompt you along the whole time. If you make a mistake, it's easy to go back. You know what I mean? If it's not written in stone, you can easily change it back if you make a mistake. Every year we'll try and improve on something. Do you know what I mean? Just to make life that little bit easier, and automation seems to be the way to go, and technology.